This mod turns Stellaris into Dune, with a complete overhaul of gameplay and the start and mid-game of Stellaris. It starts you off at war and with your capital being invaded. However, this mod does try to shake up ground combat, which is pretty interesting. In this video, I played the mod for the first time, showing off all the new features and playing through the in-depth story of Paul Atreides and Arrakis. Let's get into it. Dune Desert Power. This mod is in alpha, but we do have some playable content, mainly just Arrakis, because if you hover over any of the origins, it tells you the development has not started. But if we hover over Desert Power here, you can see there's a lot here. Our goal is to bring the sietches together. My pronunciation sucks, so who knows if that's how you say it. And then we will consolidate our control over Arrakis. We'll then need to fight the Emperor Sarduka and combat the guild, the CHOAM, and the Bene Gesserit politically. The early campaign is going to be very mod driven and very different to vanilla Stellaris, and then you will basically go into a Stellaris playthrough once you overcome the start. It's using a lot of vanilla stuff like warrior culture here, which has not been changed, and Crusader spirit, fanatic spiritualist, and militarist, which makes sense. We also get Children of Dune, so we're getting reduced food, consumer good upkeep, pop amenity usage. We also get spiritualist ethics attraction, we live for 200 years, more leader experience gain, army health, and more desert, arid, and continental habitability. We're also just organic. I'm not going to add any traits because I'm just going to run with what the mod's given us here. There are other unique mechanics, but we will get into that. And Zro is the spice, but it's going to be called Zro. This is probably a bad idea, but I'm going to play in Grand Admiral. I just standard settings with mid-game scaling on. I don't know what the years are. This will be fine. What's the worst that can happen? And we also get some custom art. We are the head of a religious movement with Paul Atreides as the messianic figure, threatening to sweep across the galaxy in a holy war that could claim billions of lives. We'll manage the jihad against House Carino and the Great Houses for control of the Imperium. We're looking outward for conquest, and let's also look inward to maintain high Asabaya among your people. That's the shared beliefs, faith, and practices that act as your cultural glue, keeping your tribe cohesive and united in purpose. Risk that and risk the future of humanity. We'll also face several external challenges from the start. Space travel remains under the monopoly of the Spacing Guild, limiting your expansion options. Large-scale space warfare is non-existent, forcing you to extend the jihad primarily through ground conquest. Beyond the guild, you must also contend with the Bene Gesserit Sisterhood, always plotting in the shadows, and CHOAM, the corporate consortium controlling interstellar commerce. At the heart of this trade lies Zro, the most valuable substance in the known universe. Its commerce generates immeasurable wealth for those involved in it, unlocks interstellar navigation for the guild, allows this sisterhood to perform their rites, and extends the lifespan of the Imperial elite. Like the Freemen themselves, the entire Imperium depends critically on the substance, control of which you first need to secure. As you can see, we are at war and Arrakis is being invaded. That control begins here on Arrakis, the source of Zro production, where Muhundib, having unified the Freeman's sietches, must now claim the planet by defeating Raban and the Harkonnen occupation forces in the first battle for Arrakis. Take a shot every time I pronounce something wrong. Go to the army section in Arrakis to see the battle unfold. Again, we do have our armies fighting here, with Stilgar in command against the Beast, who has a destiny trait, Hold. They're going to take less damage, but do less damage and have more upkeep, and they have Butcher. Stilgar here has some cancel traits, but also has Battle Orders Advance. We're going to take more damage, but do more damage, and we do more collateral damage. We also have Crusader, so for every army killed, we're getting some Unity, which is pretty nice. And we do have a Naive, which is just a cancel trait. So we have Tufir. This is very much based off the films, which I have seen, so I kind of know what's going on. Master Mentant. On the planets, you give more resources, which is really nice. And on the council, you give 50% agenda speed, more intel. So we will give you a council agenda trait. Lady Jessica, the mum of Paul, I believe. Reverend Mother, you give a lot of stability on planets. And on the council, you also give stability, infiltration. So it looks like spying is going to be really needed. So let's level up spycraft more. Ancient knowledge as well is pretty insane. And of course, we have Paul here, who is the prophesized shortening of the way, a being with prescient vision, access to both male and female genetic memories, and godlike abilities that transcend normal human limitations. They see the golden path through time itself. Let's level you up with just more XP, I guess. Let's level Paul up. Stop what you're doing. Subscribe now. I know you're not. It's fine. I'm not going to say anything about it. Just subscribe, and then we can get on with the video. Thank you. Play the video. On our planet, we have Misro workers. We have some science jobs, alloys, Unity, consumer goods, trade. But a lot of civilians, and everyone's eating up all my Zro because we are negative in Zro. Can I make Zro? So we have to make it in our mining district. Harvestier Depot. And Zro also lowers pop growth, which is annoying. Those does have some cool features like Arrakis, more housing, more habitability. The Great Erg, more energy, less minerals. And Shai Halud. We get less max districts, less habitability, but we get 1 Zro forger job per 100 pops. So as our pops grow, we get more Zro. Let's start by building this Harvester Depot that costs minerals, Unity, and alloys, but it's limited to 1. I guess it lowers our spiritualist attraction, which is bad. So we could go for the foraging hut instead. But if we get Harvester Depot, we can build the industrial processing plant. I kind of think I need to set up a... We shouldn't go industrial, but I don't care. We can also upgrade the farm for consolidated siege network, which just gives more Unity from jobs and more food. So we'll build that after too. In terms of tech, we should probably get research labs, because I presume we're going to need these for the other things. More Unity, and probably Corvettes. We are making no progress because we do not have any council members. So, oh, there's a lot of council positions. Well, we absolutely need a head of research. We have no leaders that can go on. That's great. Okay, we'll put the mother on there then, because I presume, yeah, it has to be you. I mean, if we're doing a lot of army stuff, the House Swordmaster sounds very good. 3% per level. Then you got these Ministries of Spice for Mojro. Oh, army cost reduction too. 5% Unity per level. Okay, we're definitely going army damage. Okay, let's watch this army play out. We are completely outnumbering them, so we should win this quite handily, but we have a lot of devastation now. The Tans drink deep of Harkonnen blood. The street of Arrakis choked by their carrion. Raban slaughtered in the process. Beast no more. Arrakis is ours, and the freemen rejoice. The coming of Lisan al-Gaib has brought us together and sparked a sentiment of unity amongst our people. But our duty is far from done. We have news from the Emperor. Shaddam IV is amassing his Sarduka legions and is expected that he'll bring Harkonnen reinforcements too. Additionally, we must assess the Zro production facilities and inspect the planetary stockpiles to understand what reserves the Harkonnens are left behind. Let's check the Zro deposits. For 12 years, reduced crime, more stability, more amenities, more happiness, more resettlement, more spiritual attraction, more unity, 5%, 100 unity, 100 influence, and we start the situation. Arrakis besieged, and Zro reserves happen. So let's click that then. The deposits stand empty. A few scattered barrels, half-sealed containers. Dust where mountains of spice should rest. Harkonnens shipped everything off-world rather than let it fall into our hands. A healthy stockpile distinguishes a house, and minor and great houses alike maneuver endlessly to secure their share. Although we control the source now, production means little without reserves to back it. Everyone is watching, and sooner rather than later will notice how thin our stores run. We must amend this fast. Let's read those reports. We start the Zro stockpile situation. Our people's unity fractures as countless outsiders dilute the old ways. War discipline becomes a curiosity rather than sacred law. Tribal customs are misunderstood or ignored. A voice that once spoke as one now echoes with foreign tongues that know nothing deep of the desert's lessons. We've got very low Asabai. I don't know how to say that. Arrakis besieged. Because we took Arrakis by force, Arrakis is devastated. The math is simple. Repair the damage faster than our enemies can mobilize, or lose everything when they arrive. All sieges work as one force. Rebuild, fortify, and prepare. All hands on deck. We have 800% build speed, army speed, and housing. And this is going to happen in 10 months. So I'm guessing we should probably spam armies. And is there anything that can help? I mean, strongholds will give us defense armies. So maybe we should build those. We need food, though. Build some food, and these armies are so much better. The Fedaykin, so we will build a bunch of those. Just make sure we don't go negative in Zro, which we're not. Pops are declining for some reason. We got a war goal. We can't actually do anything. I mean, can we claim? No. We could put farming subsidies on. That might help. And veneration of saints. I will min-max this. We also may as well go isolations for the unity, because expansion does not matter when we literally don't have ships. There are other things here, but we can't actually change them. It's just giving us different powers and influence. The Zro stockpile. Here's the most important substance in the universe, and those who control it command events. Well, so basically we want to build up Zro, which we are doing. Decisions wise, we can actually look at the defense HQ interface. We can invest in military equipment, giving us more defense army stuff, increase supply provisions. We could dig trenches, recruitment campaigns, soldiers. But I think we save these until they actually invade, because none of them really help us now. Oh, the drug stockpile's gone up. Asabai, the bond that binds us. The Freeman identity has endured for generation, but Lisan Al-Gaib's coming reinforced what was already within us. Shared belief in his prophetic mission acted as the binding force that united all tribes under his banner, transforming scattered Sietches into a unified people capable of overthrowing the Harkoan oppressors. The Golden Path is laid before us and requires that we maintain at Asabai a shared purpose and cohesive identity that will keep our people united and help humanity survive. This bond transcends individual ambition and makes collective sacrifice possible. Without it, we are merely scattered tribes. With it, we become an unstoppable force. Conquering Arrakis was necessary, but our path leads further to a jihad that will spread Muad'Dib's word across the known universe. We must maintain high Asabiya. I need to look up how to say this word. We must maintain high Asabiya among our people, ensuring fervent devotion to the Mandi's teaching. If we allow heathens and heretics to weaken the unity that binds us together, our strength will crumble, and with it, any hope of survival for our people or our species. We start the situation, Asabiya, and a hidden event happens. Unity is our greatest weapon. We just went through all of them, but we have very high, very nice. So that's this ticking situation that gives us happiness, pop growth, stability, less crime, less pop assembly, less amenity usage, so much unity, wow. So we want to keep this very high. And the stockpile is also killing us a little bit, but not really with internal stuff. Also, I don't want to deploy our stuff in orbit. We should also probably put someone in charge of the planet. I've massively messed up by not having a head of research. Like, I could have had a different person on the council there. Let's put the Reverend Mother in charge. I think this is what happens in the film too. She's in charge now. I don't know. I'm so bad at remembering movie details. But the Zhro is flowing. I don't think people like that it's flowing, but it is flowing. What are we on, like plus 17? Ah, yes. The Quizerat. The Seardians have guided Freeman spiritually for centuries, preserving tradition within their Sietches. This decentralized system serve as well as scattered desert tribes, but cannot maintain high Asabiya across an entire planet where Freeman and Imperial subjects now live together, let alone coordinate the millions who will spread Muad'Dib's words across the known universe. Unlike the Great Houses, we lack the administrative machinery to govern populations to this scale. We need an institution that can fulfill both functions, promoting and preserving the spiritual unity that binds us, managing the practical realities of empire. The Quizerat will serve this purpose. A centralized religious bureaucracy that fuses political and spiritual authority under the Mandi, transferring our faith from local tradition into an instrument of governance. The authority we grant it will determine how effectively it enforces orthodoxy, maintains Asabiya, coordinates the faithful across worlds, and provides the administrative structure our expanding empire requires. Without it, we fragment. With it, we endure. So we have a policy on spiritual guidance is set to Quizerat leaderships and starts the situation. Quizerats are there very much utilizing these ticking situations. Meanwhile, we are just trying to build up as much as we can here. Now we got some food buildings. Is there anything new here? No, but we could just get 20% more food, which could be very nice. And we can get a tradition. Is there any new? No. Now the real question is what would help us here? I mean, unyielding, right? Defense armies will give us unity. We'll get better defense armies. We're under attack. Seems fitting. We're actually up to like 4k in garrisons, which is really good. And just in time, the Imperial have arrived. The transport ships are entering the system, disgorging regiment after regiment of Sarduka legions, the Emperor's finest, now preparing for planetfall. Could we just not, like, shoot them? But hey, we'll keep building. We're gonna only have 5 of these, so we'll make more Freeman legions. Everyone's almost fully healed. Defensive barracks will be able to open fire against the upcoming invaders. What? How do we do that? There's rearm nuclear warheads. I just don't have the alloys for that. Deploy the aid debris removal and reconstruction. Deploy the army to support local construction. Oh, that's cool. I mean, usually we can manipulate the market a little bit. We also have Stellaris as the currency. We'll sell some consumer goods. Not only we can't sell Zhro, which we're producing a lot of. I want to get the nuclear program going. Let's buy some alloys. Can I start spying on these? No, they all just hate us. Wait, this dropped? From very high to high. But our defensive army is now 25% more health and are producing us more unity. Yeah, we have 6k now. We should just keep building. Additional dropships bearing the sigil of House Harkonnen have joined the Imperial fleet. Baron Vladimir has committed substantial forces to support the Sarduka assault. Well, we're doing everything we can. Okay, our food is now nice and positive. We just don't have minerals, mainly because we built a bunch of armies. Let's get 20% more outputs. The minerals. Oh my gosh. Jump scare baby. Birth of Leah. Lady Jessica has given birth to a child, a girl who has received the name Aaliyah. After only a few moments of crying, she looked with focused eyes around the birthing room, as if taking in every detail of her surroundings with an intelligence far beyond her years. Curious life, she drank the water of conception fed to her by Haran, her godmother, accepting the sacred ritual as if she understood its profound significance, which moves us to very high, which is, can't complain. We're actually at 103 unity. Armies are producing 17 of that. Oh my word. The gate and siren from the mod is so loud. The Emperor calls it justice. The Harkonnen call it vengeance. The Guild calls it stability. But we call it theft. The theft of Zro that comes from sacred Shai Halud, who shapes the desert that shaped us, whose presence makes Arrakis itself, and without whom there would be no spice, no freemen. And yet here they come again, sons and daughters of Dune. Here they descend to our planet, armored in arrogance and blind to the sandstorm that will bury them. They come to take what is rightfully ours. Fight, sons and daughters of Dune. Fight for the day we destroy the Emperor's forces. Long live the fighters. We now get strategies. Let's actually get the army screen up. Oh yeah, we are outnumbering them. The room crackles with reports. A victory in one sector, a rout in another. Aides whisper frantic logistical needs. Mentats run calculations as new data comes in, and tacticians argue over hollow maps. Their voices a sense of counterpoint. Choosing the wrong strategy could cost us a planet. What are my orders? Okay, well, let's look at this tactically. They have a bunch of collateral damage. They do 20% more damage, and they take more damage. There's a butcherer, 15% army more damage, and they have offensive planner. They are doing a lot of damage. So we definitely don't want to take more damage. If we entrench, would that not just like counteract all the damage they're doing, but also we'll get the additional damage to them? Maybe? We can also fire coordinated planetary defense, so we can shoot at them. Let's fire one of these things at them. 4 attacking units were destroyed. Excellent. Okay, so we are entrenched. We also have defensive grid, which is also reducing damage taken. It looks like they're getting completely destroyed by us. I can't lie. Let's leave that. Oh, we can't do the things that were there before when they haven't landed. Okay, we'll try and do that earlier next time then. We can also get reduced orbital bombardment damage, but I don't know if that matters. Oh yeah, they're getting destroyed. Victory! They came in formations that had broken armies across 100 worlds. Sarduka legions, the Emperor's finest, descending on Arrakis with Harkonnen reinforcements at their flanks. They expected terror. They expected collapse. They found freemen. The sands ran red with Imperial blood. Every siege emptied its warriors. Every rider struck with precision born of desert survival. The Sarduka, who had never known defeat, learned it here. Their discipline meant nothing against fighters who understood this world in ways no off-worlder could match. When the last Imperial banner fell, when the final Sarduka commander lay dead in the sand, the truth became undeniable. We'd broken the unbreakable. Arrakis is ours, secured, united. The Freeman stands as one people. Under Muad'Dib, and the galaxy has seen the results of that. But victory on Arrakis was never the end. It was only the beginning. Now we take arms against the aggressor and liberate the galaxy in the name of Muad'Dib. We get 300 unity, 200 influence, and the event Green Paradise happens. War is removed, is it? And we declare war on House Carino, called the Jihad. And so it begins. The Freemen were promised Green Paradise, worlds where water falls from the sky.
Lead them to paradise.
It's still, the audio is still going. That promise will be kept. The Jihad has momentum now, faith and conviction that cannot be contained. Every world will learn what the Sarduka learned. Through the path forward requires more than battle-won conviction. Delegation composed by the Bean Gesserit sisters, guild navigators, and CHOAM representatives is on its way. They've come to negotiate terms. Jihad may burn across the stars, but it burns on fuel. These factions control such an interstellar transport or trade. Before the Holy War can truly begin, must secure what only they can provide. Wait for their arrival. By the way, every time we've been making armies, it's been actually taking up pops as well, as armies equal pops, which is quite a cool change. exchange with the Skuldhome. I want the Skuldhome. It's can't afford anything. Oh, we can give this guy General as well. He's been doing very well for us. Oh yeah, his row stockpile's going up with how much row we have. The Triune delegation. The Imperium of the known universe exists as a complex weave of weights and counterweights, checks and balances that constrain authority. No single faction dominates absolutely, not even the Emperor, whose political power is checked by that of the Landsraad. Each constrains the others through mutual dependence and shared interest in stability, ensuring a fragile but effective truce that has held for millennia. The Spacing Guild controls all interstellar travel, and without their navigators, no trade or army can cross the void between stars. CHOAM's commercial network span every world, and without access to the infrastructure, even Arrakis' wealth remains locked away from the markets that give it value. The Bene Gesserit have finally achieved the coming of their long-pursued Kwisatz Haderach. Unfortunately for them, we're not theirs to command. Despite that, their spiderweb runs deep across the Empire, and they are a dangerous adversary. Truth is, our recently gained ability renders the Sisterhood useless to us, making them the weakest link and a nuisance. But even weakened, they are still dangerous, and moving against them will require precision. In fact, you could aim to destroy these factions outright, but a direct attack on anyone would cause the other two to rebel out of self-preservation. Furthermore, we're in absolute need of the Guild and CHOAM, so if we want to dismantle them, we need to erode that power gradually through skilled diplomacy and governance. Okay, so we don't want to murder them. Let's talk to the Spacing Guild first. But Lyria jihad against thinking machines shatters humanity's ability to traverse the stars safely. Without their ability to calculate navigation, space travel becomes a lottery of death. Ships vanish into the void, entire fleets miscalculate and burned in stellar coronus. Commerce collapsed, worlds went silent for generations. Humanity endured a dark age of isolation. Each planet a prison unto itself, cut off from civilization that had once spanned galaxies. Salvation came through the marriage of two technologies. The Holtzman engine could fold space, but folding space blind meant annihilation. Guild navigators transformed both physically and mentally by massive spice consumption into presentient beings, could see the safe paths through folded space that regular pilots could not. Together, these innovations restored interstellar travel and reconnected humanity. The impact was so profound, the Imperial calendar itself restarted at their founding. All history is now reckoned AG. After Guild, they became the foundation upon what is standing. This makes them arguably the most powerful faction in the known universe, simultaneously the most vulnerable. The Spacing Guild's navigators consume spice in quantities that dwarf all other users. Without zero, their present fades. Without presence, navigation becomes impossible. Without navigation, the Imperium fragments back into isolated darkness that depends on both their strength and weakness. Negotiate their neutrality. So driving quite a hard bargain here. We can either accept the deal that they're offering, which is 70% tax on army upkeep and ship upkeep, but we do get the engine. We could sweeten the deal, which would give them 100 euro. We'd lose 5 monthly euro, and then we only pay a 60% tax. Or we can pressure them. Using some of our influence, we can lose 5 monthly euro, but have a 50% upkeep, which I think we're going to go for. We're going to pressure them. We've got influence to spare. Euro is not too bad. We are up on +9, but we could probably get more, right? I don't know. Let's go for it. Okay, we've negotiated their neutrality, and we've gotten the technology to actually send ships out. Let's talk to the CHOAM. I don't know if it's CHOAM or if it's CHOAM. It's the Combined Hornet Order Advancer Mercantilities. Everyone depends on them because they control interstellar trade, which makes them very, very rich. However, we hold the Zero and they hold the ability to trade it, so we need to strike a deal here. Let's see what we can do. So they're trying to impose a 70% market fee on top of the existing 30%, so we would get nothing. However, we sweeten the deal, we could get that to 60%, so we actually keep 10% of that. Or again, we could pressure them and bring it down to 50%, and we have a lot of influence, so let's pressure them. I want to make some money, but that's not it. There's a more pressing matter, the spice itself. They require presence, a CHOAM charter, a permanent commercial office, authority to monitor and price all off-world Zero transactions. 7 Stellaris per unit of spice exported through CHOAM channels. Okay, well, we could accept that and we get a CHOAM exchange for 1 to 7. We could sweeten the deal for 100 Zero and get 8. Or again, we can pressure them for 1 to 9. Are we going to need this influence? Maybe, but I want that 1 to 9 deal. Now let's talk to the Bene Gesserit sisters. Bene Gesserits have worked for 90 generations towards a single goal, the Kwisatz Haderach, a male Bene Gesserit who could bridge space and time with his pre-science. Through careful manipulation of bloodlines and dynasties across the Imperium, through marriages arranged and children conceived according to their exacting specifications, they've guided humanity towards this culmination. But they've succeeded. I stand before them. But he will not be theirs to control. Paul raised his voice. Observe her, comrades. This is Bene Gesserit, Reverend Mother. Patient in a patient's cause. She could wait with her sisters 90 generations for the proper combination of genes and environment to produce the one person their schemes require. Observe her. She knows now that the 90 generations have produced that person. Here I stand, but I will never do her bidding. Jessica, the old woman screamed. Silence him. Silence him yourself, Jessica said. Paul glared at the old woman. If you're part in all this, I could gladly have you strangled, he said. You couldn't prevent it, he snapped as she stiffened in rage. But I think it's better punishment that you live out your years never able to touch me or bend me to a single thing your scheming desires. Jessica, what have you done? The old woman demanded. I'll give you only one thing, Paul said. You think to control human breeding and intermix a select few according to your master plan. How little you understand of what. You mustn't speak of these things, the old woman hissed. Silence. Silence! I got jump scared again. The old woman revealed back into the arms of those behind her, face blank with shock at the power with which he had seized her psyche. Jessica, she whispered. Jessica, remember your goon Jabba, Paul said. You remember mine. I can kill you with a word. The three men around the hall glanced knowingly at each other. Did the legend not say, and his word shall carry death eternal to those who stand against righteousness? The Sisterhood's influence reaches deep into Imperial governments through two primary channels. The Missionara Protective has planted religious narratives across countless worlds, preparing populations for manipulation. Their advisors sit beside rulers throughout their known universe, whispering counsels that serve the Sisterhood's agenda. These arrangements were made long before our uprising. They need not continue unchanged. We will review these policies and determine what role, if any, the Bene Gesserits will play in our empire. Let's talk about that. You know, I kind of just want them to not be able to manipulate stuff, so let's abolish it. I actually can't afford to, but can we go negative influence? We went positive, okay. And we can discuss their roles as political advisors. I don't like them. Get them gone. Screw them. We now have FTL components. We're losing Dro now. How have we done that? Now we can affect things in the policies if we want to. We can build more exchanges if we want more money, but it needs Dro. They want a mission house? Nope. We've made our enemy here deny their request. Can run another agenda. I guess we just probably should expand the council since I've got one that's useless. Let's rearm the nuclear warheads. So now we can destroy the spice if we need to. We'll launch tactical nuclear weapon, which would add a wasteland. We're not gonna click that. I'm going to also increase the Quizarats militias because they're kind of like the ones replacing the Sisterhood. Also, we did just get the Temple of the Cultists. Maybe I should have clicked the other option because I don't have the fleet. Oh well, that's a skill issue. Unyielding Sun. Any new ascensions? No. We'll just keep going Unity because that's all we're producing really because we literally can't research anything. I want to make this industrial processing plant because it's going to give 15% more Dro. Elisa's come of age. She grows in ways both wondrous and concerning. Oh, she's a leader now. CHOAM permanent commercial delegation. We will allow... Yeah, I don't want our market fee going up. Next tradition, we go mercantile, because they produce us a lot of trade. And we can make her a temple. I'm just going to destroy these, just in case it messes with the mod. Embassy requests again, we'll let them do that. We don't hate these guys, just the Sisterhood. We are kind of maxed out on jobs now, so I'm going to reduce things we don't need, like enforcers. The Tupal Treaty. It's a last resort, a sanctuary. Let's sign this without knowing where the Tupal is. Exposing it will make it vulnerable. If they can hide other things. If we refuse to sign the treaty, they threaten to increase transport fees. I don't want to sign this though. Reveal the location and we will. I mean, I haven't gone negative in Unity, so just keep using the Unity options. Also, we're producing 22 Dro now. Could even upgrade these. 30% is of the Skull Tome and Elias Temple. That's how we're producing 120 Unity. And we have finished Mercantile. Don't know what to do with that. None of this is that useful now. I guess Executive Vigor is. More council judges feet so we can expand council. Could put mining subsidies on. Yes. More minerals. Anzro, 43. We can upgrade this and make so much money. Excellent. And we can now expand the council. Master of the Spice. Oh, it's Minister of Spice. I kind of like more Dro per level as well. Yeah. We'll put the Reverend Mother there because then we'll get 15% because she's level 3. And I can go on the Reverend Mother's slot. Oh, we can hire scientists. Oh my gosh. And we actually do techs very badly. So we've got Boltrium Absolution. I don't know what that is, but we have it. But we should try and build some science then with some city districts. And I guess we go supremacy. Maybe we need ships. Duncan, Idaho. An orange-robed attendant walked at the right front corner of the guild ambassador's troop like a military outrider. Could not be Duncan, Idaho. Yeah, it was. A ghoul. Flesh ground from a dead man's cell, who made to wear his face for his habits, perhaps even his memories. A gift promising loyalty yet barbed with hidden purpose. Do we accept him or reject? I don't know who Lucian is. We'll reject this. Oh, we are rich now, by the way. I've fixed everything by being filthy rich from Zero. Only we could buy science. Assassination attempt. Training takes over. Chance that attempt thwarted happens or Tamir Windrapper will die. We thwarted it. They will answer for this. We need science. How can I make no progress to corvettes? They can do other things. I want corvettes, though. How else am I meant to do things? If we do not interfere, a random god empire will be chosen. I think we need Paul to be the emperor. Maybe I need to summon them? Let's try that in the decisions. I can negotiate a trading fee reduction. That's quite good. Better prices for Giro. Purchase shares or get a leader. Let's reduce trading fees. I mean, I can just do them and the influence doesn't go negative. I can just do this again to 30%, right? I now have a lot of energy. I am very rich. I love breaking games. Hyperdrive. We can't progress it. Space and Guild Monopoly. What am I meant to do then? Hang on, every time I get influence, it's spending it. I just got 150 and it did something. Yeah, apparently it's kind of a bug, so I'm just going to give myself influence to actually, there we go, it set everything. So that might progress stuff because I think it's been glitched and it's been eating all my influence, trying to set everything, but it couldn't. Oh, we lost the mother's position, but nothing's happening. We're now being attacked by void worms. I think I've bugged the game somehow. I'm going to see if we can get to this point again. Wait, was I meant to embark and fight? But there's star bases. Surely not. Oh my gosh. It takes the star bases instantly. Whoops. And then we can order stuff. Let's assault then. I am dumb. I mean, I don't think it said it anywhere. Unless I'm stupid. Ocean world of Caladan. They breathe air thick with water. Rain. We must now decide the fate of the Atreus loyalists and the population of Caladan. Purge the heretics. I can't believe you can move. I thought we had to build ships. Oh my gosh. Okay, they have like 4k armies there. We need to build up. Okay, so I don't care about anything except for minerals and food, really. It also takes pops to make armies, which is annoying. We do get new troops. Yeah, I need army damage. I'm going to try and take down a Kaz here. Let's go with assault. Oh, I didn't add it. No, why is he gone? Did he die? Nah, that's so dumb. Because I didn't pause when I landed. It killed him off. Or at least it didn't give him the trait. Okay, we've gone back in time. Pause. He died instantly. He's just meant to die, apparently. That's just great. Well, we still win. Just. Let's get some Kaz legions. This one has 10k. Oh no. We're beginning to scatter reports, supply convoys, orbital traffic anomalies, unusual fleet contraptions has resulted in a clearer picture. Intelligence confirms the Emperor is mounting a counter-offensive. Current estimates place enemy strength at 20 to 50 legions, primarily Sarduka units staging from Imperial facilities. Reconnaissance has identified probable target destinations matching at recent territorial gains. Final preparations appear underway. Command project enemy arrival within 6 to 12 months through guild cooperation or intelligence operations could extend that window. Defense coordinates are flagging garrisons, shortfalls, and fortification gaps across target worlds. Look for Imperial target modifier in your planets to see which planets are under threat. All of them. Well, that's great. What if I just spam strongholds on them? We're so rich, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's work backwards, I guess, then. Let's go richiest. Assault. And we take. They seek forgiveness. No, we claim them by force. Again, we'll just stronghold it up. 3.9 gate, we go again. They are dead. Only 3 losses. They petition again. It belongs to us. I don't care. Let's take this planet. Keep saying about intelligence. Don't care. Kill everyone. It's being bombarded, but there's not much we can do about that. This 10k is impossible. Should probably take Gendi Prime. Hopefully we can take this with an assault. Oh, they're also assault or advance anyway. This could be a bloody battle, but a victory. Industrial world of Gendi Prime. During the centuries of stewardship of Gendi Prime, the Harkonnens had made a habit of wringing the land for all it was worth. It was their right, no, their duty, to exploit this world for whatever it could give, and then move the villagers to new land and new pickings. They finally met their fate. Let's surgically cut out the idiots and let the rest convert, because we do need pops, because we are burning a lot by making armies. I think now the only planet I don't have is this 10k. What do I do? Just bash my head against it. Oh, I'm out of Zero almost. I have no pops because they're all getting used for armies. I don't really like how pops are armies, especially when I have to do armies, but there we go. Let's go biological evolution, I guess, to get clone vats quicker. Now, I probably should have gone spiritualist, but I didn't, so there we go. Well, I'm up to the max I can do an envoy. Oh, more legions. We will accept 5 legions, of course. Yeah, do I just try and land here? They have 11k though. I don't know what else we're going to do. We'll go on assault. We'll see if we can actually take them down. I don't know. It looks close, but yeah, not enough. I think not enough. And he died. Oh no, that's really bad. We got them down to 6k. Like, I have to rebuild everything now, I think. I don't know what this Imperial target thing is, because they're not actually attacking. I also can't build any other armies, just the main Freeman legions. By the time I rebuild, they're going to be at 9k again. And I have an awful leader this time. I got to 4k. I guess we just have to land again. Unless we cheat. I don't know. Yeah, there's no way we win that. Okay, I've made a super leader to see if we can just win here. Please. It's so close. But it looks like we're just about winning. No, it doesn't. Okay, I'm just gonna embark and delete these armies. I've had enough. Land, please win. The fall of CHOAM. People fell 6 days ago. Our forces secured the last sanctuary complex this morning. The ancient refuge where exiled houses gathered for protection is now under occupation. This neutrality ended, purpose extinct. The revolt collapsed systematically. Houses that joined the rebellion to protect the CHOAM revenues found themselves defending worlds with depleted treasuries and exhausted populations. Former allies who chose profit over loyalty learned the price of that choice. Yep, we broke them. Commence serves the throne now. CHOAM sanctions has been removed. Cat in a seat of power, kill them. Technically they're all dead. I think I've broken the mod by taking stuff in the wrong order. I still cannot research hyperdrives and corvettes. I still cannot do things. I mean, I can go for free commerce now, at least. But I can't get rid of Space and Guild Monopoly. Please set me free. And yeah, they don't exist. The war doesn't exist. Mods in alpha, very, very promising, but many bugs, and I've probably done many things wrong. Let me know in the comments if you know what I've done wrong. This was the second time doing this. At least we got a little bit further. But how are you meant to take these planets if you're limited on armies as well? If you enjoyed this, watch this build where I show you how to break Stellaris with Shroud Forged. It's one of the nuttiest builds in 4.2, and apparently it's even good in the 4.3 beta until they clock onto it and nerf it from that video. So go watch it now so you can use and abuse it. Goodbye.